Hey you guys, my name is Andrew, and by the end of this video, I 911? Hi, I'm a witch and I wanted to turn myself in. Yep, I'll hold, yep. My name is Andrew. I'm here to tell you a little something about being broke and how you can make $100 right away. Now, this is going to be different for rich people and poor people. That's why this is a part one of a two-part video about how the rich can make $100 and this video, how the poor can make $100. There's a reason why 78% of Americans are broke. Minority Mindset covers it in his channel very, very clearly with a bunch of fun, snazzy jokes. I'm not going to cover too many jokes in this video. I'm just going to cover exactly what you can do if you are currently broke, if you have no passive income, if you have no real skills, if you're broke and you need $100 right now because
someone's holding your family for ransom,
or any other myriad of reasons, this is the video for you. I implore you, check it out until the very end. But if you are new here, I really suggest hitting that subscribe button and that like button, no matter who you are, for that YouTube algorithm to be truly defeated. This is going to be the top 3 ways to be able to make $100 right away with no skills, and we're going to get started right now. Hey, you're broke, and that's okay. We accept you for who you are. In fact, 78% of Americans are broke. They're living paycheck to paycheck, and 59% of Americans wouldn't be able to accept a $1,000 unexpected debt. This could be any kind of expense. A medical expense is most likely, but it could be liability. It could be out-of-pocket payment for something that you didn't mean to do, an accident of some kind that doesn't require medical attention, or perhaps the saddest expense of all, not having $1,000 to put away for your kid's education, or perhaps for a rainy day fund where you could ultimately end up with a $1,000 fine or a $1,000 debt that you cannot afford. With that said, the impetus of this video is now very clear. You do need to make $100 pretty fast, and if you need to make it within the next 24 hours, here is a couple of tips. The first way to make $100 fast is going to take your phone or a laptop, something that can browse the internet, a browser that can browse the internet, probably Chrome or Firefox, and 3, a free website called Craigslist. Yes, there's a whole society of people giving out their couches and furniture and other things that you can flip. Take it for free, put it on Facebook Marketplaces, get a good couple of pictures of there, maybe spruce it up a tiny bit, and then suddenly bing bang boom, you have a $100 couch or piece of furniture that you are ready to sell. Now, you might not have a car big enough. What do you do if you can't transport the thing you're trying to flip? Become a middleman for the person who's trying to get rid of the thing on Craigslist for free and a person on Facebook who is trying to buy it at cost. Walk, bike, or Uber to the location where you're supposed to pick up the furniture, say, "Thank you, my friend is coming very soon," and then text the Facebook person to say, "Come and pick up your thing. I'm ready to have it hand off to you." This will take gumption, this will take luck, and a couple of emails, but once you are able to get it down pat, you could be easily making a couple $1,000s extra on top of your full-time job. Flipping $100, $1,000 couches and wardrobes does not have to be isolated to just Craigslist. You can also go on eBay, you can go to your local Goodwill, you can also just walk around San Francisco and look at all of the stuff being left out on corners. Hey guys, it's Editing Andrew here to tell you that I'm doing a new initiative where I shout out someone else in the YouTube community once a video. Today is going to be Alex Bianchi or Bianchi. He is making YouTube videos for high schoolers. He's just a junior in college right now, but he's on a fast track to get a master's in data science. Not the reason why I chose him. I just wanted to shout some love his way. He's around 500 subscribers right now. Hope you start growing really soon. If you want a chance to get your brand shouted out in a future video or Instagram post, then go ahead and take a screenshot of this video, post it on your Instagram story, and tag me, Andrew Mo Money. We're already speeding into the second way you can make $100, which is to actually go back and think about how skillless you truly are. I don't think you have no skills. In fact, I think you have a little bit of artistic talent inside you. If you sign up for one of these odd job services like Fiverr or TaskRabbit or even Upwork, you can easily start freelancing as a graphic designer, as a video editor, as someone who does artistic labor, which could become a fun hobby for you and charges a fair price on top of it. Now, what's that? You don't want to take the time to actually learn one of these skills that people are trying to pay for, especially people trying to build their own brands during the pandemic. That's okay. What you can do is you can go to YouTube creators who are giving away thumbnail templates, or you can go to websites who are giving away free assets like Motion Array and then tweak it to a client's specifications. Now, this still requires you to know a little bit about how to tweak things in Premiere and in Photoshop, but it doesn't require you to learn everything from the ground up, which can take a couple weeks. Hey guys, Editing Andrew here once again. I realized this section was going to be a little more difficult without a solid example, so I wanted to put up a couple of the thumbnails that I was able to edit and change with just a little bit of hacks. Maybe each of these took roughly 20 minutes. This is 20 minutes that you can spend per client. If someone's looking for a popping new logo or a popping new thumbnail, this is exactly what they're looking for. So you can go ahead and spruce up an existing template by going to a YouTube, free assets and giveaways. These people are really doing the mostest, so when you get over there, make sure to subscribe. And without further ado, back to the rest of the video. Finding out what you're good enough to be freelancing for is not only limited to graphic design and video editing. You can easily start thinking about ways that you can incorporate photography or other hobbies that people want to pay for. Web design comes to mind, which is good news if you want to build marketable skills that ultimately make 6 figures as a web designer. If you're a student or someone who was considering night classes anyway, this is an easy way to start picking up a couple of tutorials on YouTube, a couple of different web design classes on Udemy or Coursera, and then being able to tout that as not only a freelancing side gig, but also as a possible future pivot into tech. Creating a portfolio could drive that side gig into a main gig. Having a centralized location where people can look at your work and where you can continue to have social pressure to get better could be an easy way to start becoming a better artist or graphic designer. Or if you want to take this really seriously, build your own website, which really helps if you were a web designer. You're starting to see a pattern here. Number 1 and number 2 both involve taking value that already exists somewhere else in the world, as in templates that exist out in the internet or couches and wardrobes that exist out in the world, and then sprucing it up, changing it, customizing it, and making it better, and then bringing it to a location where the value of that product is worth more. This is making the most out of value that you find and making the best out of it. And this is a great way, no matter what age you are, to earn a little extra side income, especially if you're broke and don't have any skills. So with that trend, we're gonna go a little meta with our third and final tip on making $100 if you're broke, which is creating a YouTube compilation channel. Creating a YouTube channel requires a lot of thought, requires a good camera, requires a good video mic. Creating a YouTube channel requires a lot of equipment, talent, and time. It requires you, probably your face or your voice, involved in the video. It probably requires a microphone and a video camera. None of those you can afford if you're broke, but compilations are very easy to make. It involves getting permission from each of the sources that you are trying to borrow from, and then creating a compilation on YouTube that dictates, best TikToks and best Vines and best Instagram Reels, best moments where blankety blank happened, best blah, 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 blah. These are highly relatable, high search result optimization, and it allows you to be able to take a bunch of stuff that already exists, put them together, and just like the theme implies, turn a bunch of disparate things that might have less value by themselves and then make the whole greater than the pieces. Compilation videos have been known to have pretty high CPM. So if you wanted to get the permission of some of the finance gurus on YouTube and then say, hey, can I take pieces and slices of your videos and then turn them into best tips for making $100 for poor people, best tips on flipping a house or being the best Graham Stephan impersonator. You can find your own niche and then learn a little bit about entrepreneurship from starting your own YouTube channel. This could ultimately grow into a fully fledged YouTube channel and at least give you some skills and knowledge about how to make passive income. Can you actually make $100 a day making compilation videos on YouTube? Yes, it's been done by a lot of YouTube gurus that I've seen in the past, but also by little kids. In fact, kids under the age of 16, 13, 10, they have been creating gaming channels that have compilations from other people's games, and you are now suddenly a compilation master. At the very least, this will gain you a couple of $100 by the time that you are 16, and this is passive income that'll follow you forever. These videos won't be taken off of YouTube unless something catastrophic happens or you violate the terms of use, and you would never do that. You're a good little kid. So, how useful were all of these tips? You've gotten the basic idea of how 1, 2, and 3 can be done with little time and no skills, or they can be turned into full-fledged career opportunities with a little extra elbow grease and a little more time. With that, back to the video. All that said, if you found this video useful, I appreciate a like for the YouTube algorithm. I appreciate it if you follow me on Instagram, if you like small pictures of my dog and me. And that's right, if you're new, hit that subscribe button if you want to see videos like this and keep up and stay up with the best industry knowledge of how to become a 6-figure entrepreneur, data scientist, someone who is making money not just for the man, but for himself. For now, but not for forever. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Best moments and having a my